Well, hello there, and welcome to another video by Football's Best. I hope you enjoy. Why do NFL players have to take the Wonderlic test? Every year in the NFL Combine, the 335 players who are invited will most likely show up to impress coaches in the physical test like the bench press or speed shuttle. Even though they will spend most of their time taking these physical tests, coaches also evaluate their mental strengths with the Wonderlic test. The Wonderlic test is a popular group intelligence test used to assess the aptitude of prospective employees for learning and problem solving in a range of occupations. The Wonderlic is available in 12 different languages and is often used in college, entry-level jobs, and team-making efforts. It consists of 50 multiple-choice questions to be answered in 12 minutes. The score is calculated as the number of correct answers given in the allotted time. Wonderlic Inc. claims a score of 20 is intended to indicate average intelligence, and a minimum score of 10 points suggests a person is literate. To give you a better idea of what types of questions are on the test, I will read out 3 sample questions I found, and you can pick the answer in the top right of your screen. Keep in mind, if this was the actual test, you would only have 12 minutes to complete 50 questions, so that's about 14 seconds per question. Additionally, calculators are not allowed to be used on the test, but hey, who's watching you? If a piece of rope costs 20 cents per 2 feet, how many feet can you buy for $30? Question number 2. Which of the numbers in the group represents the smallest amount? Question number 3. A high-speed train travels 25 feet in 1/3 second. In 4 seconds, the train will have traveled blank feet. Okay, I'm going to give you a second to answer that before I move on. So be sure to click the correct answer in the top right of your screen, or the answer you think is right. Okay, so now you probably get the idea of the test, and unless you're a genius, you probably didn't get all 3 questions right in the allotted time of 42 seconds. If you want to check your answers, I put the correct answers in the pinned comment down below. Now, let's take a look at some scores from previous players. Do you think that the test will reflect how the player does in the NFL? So, a low score doesn't always mean that a player will be a flop. For example, Brett Favre, who scored a 22, which is below average for a quarterback, went on to a great career and even entered the Hall of Fame in 2016. Vince Young scored a 6 on his first try and later went on to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Additionally, Frank Gore also scored a 6 and would be later the 49ers all-time rushing yards leader, and would also be selected for the Pro Bowl 5 times. With that being said, a high score doesn't really mean a player will have a good career. One of the most notable cases of this is Johnny Manziel. He scored a 32, which is well above average for his position, and, well, I think we all know how his career has gone. So why does the NFL even give the test in the first place? Well, there actually is some correlation between low and high scores. Like I said earlier, a low score doesn't necessarily mean that a player will be a flop, but indeed it does mean the player is more likely to be a flop. There are simply too many players that scored low and ended up terrible players for me to read out names, so instead I will just put a list on screen of notable players that scored low. You might recognize a few names, but many of them you probably have never heard of. And to be even, instead of reading names of players that have had high scores, I'll just put a list on screen. Most of the names from this list are notable players who have either had a successful career or are in the middle of a successful career. Hopefully by now you can probably see a correlation, and I think it better justifies the use of the Wonderlic exam in the Combine. I also hope this video wasn't too confusing and it answered the original question for you. With that being said, we can wrap up the video. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you are new here, be sure to subscribe so you can see more of my videos. Also, comment how many questions you got right on the Wonderlic test if you took it. Until then, I hope to catch you in the next one. Drew Brees has handpicked this video and thinks you should watch it here. Juju Smith thinks you should support the channel by clicking here. Otherwise, watch my last episode right in the middle of your screen. Kush all in my lap because he hold don't wanna roll it. I was sliding in the lamb with the power glide. Slime green paint.